So hello everybody, this is Bhante, Joe here, and I'm just here outside the Canada Kuti and thought to record a short Owada for the internet. So thought that maybe could start with just a little meditation, so can lean forward a bit and arch the spine and look about 3 feet in front and close our eyes. And can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, wishing may all beings to my right be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings to my right be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side and our left hand side, wishing may all beings to my right and my left be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings to my right and my left be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, and in front. May all beings to my right, my left, and in front be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front, behind, in all 4 directions. May all beings in all 4 directions be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front, behind, and above. May all beings in all 4 directions and above be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front, behind, above, below, all around in every direction, everywhere. May all beings all around in every direction, everywhere be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings all around everywhere be happy and at ease. And before we finish meditating, can spend a little time contemplating impermanence, how all things that are subject to arising are subject to ceasing. They're not me, they're not mine, they're not myself. To grab onto them is suffering. And can open our eyes and do a short Ovada for the internet. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. So hope that everybody is having a great day wherever it might be, and have recently moved into the Canada Kuti here. So in all of Sri Lanka, there's only one Canada Kuti, apparently, that's what they told me. And it's quite a beautiful location, with this kind of cliff in the background and forest around, and there's actually an ancient ruin behind there. So the Buddha spoke very highly of the merits of constructing dwellings. There was when the bhikkhus first arose, when the Buddha was first teaching, he hadn't officially allowed dwellings yet, and so the bhikkhus would live at the root of a tree, in a cemetery, kind of on heaps of straw here and there. And I think it was then this one rich merchant who asked the Buddha if dwellings could be constructed. He gave permission. And then kind of zealously constructed dwellings, like 60 dwellings, something like this. And in the original times, when the bhikkhus were living at the root of the trees, out in the open air, these various places, it was said their comportment was very beautiful, kind of very excellent. And kind of they'd come out from these places and basically be very mindful as they walked and consummate in their deportment, extending, receiving their bowl for pindapat. And so oftentimes there can be these kind of questions about how necessary it is to have a good dwelling, a kind of safe one. So one of the interesting things is that in the life of a monk, kind of monks look for the kind of ideal situations for them to practice in. And as far as dwellings go, as far as where to live goes, one wants to dwell in such a way that one's mind doesn't become kind of attached and enamored to a particular dwelling. So this is why the Buddha recommends this dhutanga of staying at the root of a tree. Kind of one stays at the root of a tree, then one can pretty much dwell anywhere, dwell happily anywhere they might like. And this is possibly one of the reasons why, when the early days of the Sangha, the canon makes this point that when the monks were living kind of in these dhutanga ways, their deportment was very beautiful. Of course, kind of can be the same in a dwelling. The Buddha allowed a dwelling, and in the stock phrase for where to meditate, it's kind of like a root of a tree and empty huts. So a dwelling would be a kind of an empty hut. And one of the things is that for bhikkhus, they can't always live in this very rough way. Bhikkhus have bodies, kind of normal human bodies, and if their body gets injured, then it becomes difficult for them to live at the root of a tree. They can cut their holy life short, or they can injure their body. And kind of the body is a kind of necessary thing for striving. And so when there's a kind of well-constructed dwelling, when there's a dwelling that has been offered to the Mahasangha, so that any monk who comes now or in the future, according to the Vinaya rules, can use it basically, then this is something that gives quite a lot of ease to the mind of monks, because if a monk gets sick, if a monk is unable to dwell in a rough way, then at least there's a dwelling where he can stay, he can practice. And so it's for this reason, actually, the Buddha gives these kind of gradations of merit and kind of giving things, and actually giving a meal to the entire Sangha with the Buddha at its head is a lot of merit. It's kind of much more than giving to a single arahant or a single Buddha. But even more than that is actually constructing a dwelling and dedicating it to the Sangha of the Four Quarters. And it's kind of interesting that that this should be even more than offering a meal to the Buddha and the Sangha. But essentially what it is when there's a dwelling that's available for the entire Sangha, it means that the entire Sangha, not just now, but in the future as well, for the entire lifespan of that dwelling, has a place where they can practice, has a place where they can strive for the as yet unreached. And it's interesting as well, it said that if a bhikkhu attains an immeasurable state of mind while dwelling in a dwelling, then the donors of that dwelling, they gain immeasurable merit. They gain kind of immeasurable potential, goodness potential, I guess you call it in the mind. So having a secure dwelling, having a place where there's not scorpions, where there's not snakes, where if it rains, where if it gets sick, or if one gets sick, one can dwell, is one of the blessings that one can have in one's practice. Kind of, one has this dwelling where one now has the potential to strive. So it's for these reasons that the Buddha kind of recommends and praises dwellings, praises these kind of kuttis. Kind of the dwelling is a kuti, and praises their use if they're used well. I'm going to use for the sake of striving for the goal. Because the situations in monks' lives always change. Young monks become old monks, healthy monks become sick monks. And it's never certain when these things might happen. So having a safe and secure place where one can strive puts the mind at ease. Having a safe and secure place that's dedicated to the Sangha now and dedicated to the Sangha in the future is something that's a great blessing. Any monk who comes who's striving, any monk who comes who wants to practice, as long as the dwelling is empty, as long as it's done according to the usual protocols, they can come and practice here. So in this way, it's something that's not just for an individual, it's something that's for the Sangha as a whole, for the sasana as a whole, for those who want to make an effort for the as yet unreached as a whole. And in this way, having these dwellings, having these empty huts, that bhikkhus can meditate in, is a great blessing. It's for this reason that the Buddha would point and say, bhikkhus, over there are the roots of trees, over there are empty huts. Meditate, bhikkhus, and do not be negligent. This is our instruction to you. Okay, so leave that for reflection, and hope that everybody has a great day wherever it might be, and wishing all the blessings of Dhamma practice.